Fans are convinced that Nicki Minaj may be separated or getting a divorce from her husband Kenneth Petty and are sending her well wishes. Nicki and Kenneth have been married since October of 2019. They have a child together, but it looks like things may be on the rocks.
Word on the street is that Nicki Minaj has finally decided to divorce her infamous husband Kenneth Petty, and now she's hanging all of his dirty laundry out in the open. It's been years since Barbs have been begging Nicki to dump Kenneth, and now she has finally decided to get rid of him. But the situation has become kind of a mess. Reports are that Kenneth has been allegedly putting his hands on Nicki and making sure that she remains sedated with different substances. And now Nicki is done with being Kenneth's puppet, which is why she has decided to pull the plug on her relationship with Kenneth.
Tell me it's so. Tell me Nicki Minaj is divorcing her husband, Mr. Petty. I mean, I ain't up for breaking up a happy family, but if you ain't happy, baby, and you ain't happy with that man, go.
And Nicki is not only filing for divorce, but she has also allegedly filed a restraining order against Kenneth so she can have some peace. Barbs saw it coming even before Nicki got married to Kenneth. We all knew that Nicki and Kenneth go way back and have known each other since they were teenagers. It seemed like a match made in heaven, and Kenneth quickly put a ring on it in a secret wedding ceremony. Fans think that Nicki didn't announce her wedding months ago because she knew how her fans felt about Kenneth and how controversial his past was. And now, Nicki Minaj has left a cryptic message on X, hinting that she's single again.
I mean, I'm not the only one that thought when they got together, it was like the downfall of Nicki for a good man. I mean, this man can't even travel out the country with you. And every time y'all move, he's got to check in. Literally.
But fans knew this marriage was gonna crash and burn sooner or later. So Nicki married her high school sweetheart Kenneth Petty. Now fans are so bitter about Kenneth, mainly because of his criminal past and offenses. In 1995, Kenneth was convicted of rape and even served 4 years in prison. He was also convicted again in 2006 for manslaughter and spent nearly 7 years in prison. So the man is a walking, talking red flag, and Nicki still decided to marry him. And on top of that, Nicki kept defending her husband whenever someone tried to talk her out of it and blame her husband for raping a woman. She kept saying that they were in a relationship and he was a teenager, but that doesn't justify what Kenneth did. Well, Nicki probably took a long time to understand that a man who can attack someone and be so abusive can't really love her. And this isn't the first time that Nicki defended the offenders, because before this, she also got her brother bailed out of jail. And her brother was actually in jail for being charged with child rape. And she even commented on the situation by saying that she'd do anything to see her brother smile. Well, then it makes sense that she didn't see anything wrong with her husband being an offender.
Nicki Minaj's husband Kenneth Petty filed a petition contesting his sex offender status stemming from a 1995 conviction for attempted rape of a 16-year-old.
But Nicki has been having some back and forth with the law too, because the woman her husband raped also sued Nicki and Petty in court. She accused the couple of harassing her and making her revoke her story by offering her money and also threatening her. The victim claims that she was offered $500,000 to say that she wasn't raped by Petty, and it was all consensual. And she claims that Nicki offered to send a birthday video to her daughter as an added bonus. Now this is some multiverse of madness, because Nicki clearly couldn't see where she was going wrong.
They're yelling, push. You're in pain. Then one day, it comes out a beautiful baby boy.
And to make the matters worse, both Nicki and her husband didn't respond to the lawsuit, making it look like they didn't care about the law. Even after Kenneth married Nicki and they moved to California, he was arrested again because he failed to register as a S offender and had to pay thousands of dollars in fine. Another major red flag is that Kenneth doesn't seem to be doing much with his life. He's not super successful and has no tangible career of his own. So all these fines, luxury homes, trips, and cars are reportedly being financed by Nicki Minaj. And Petty still failed to register as a S offender, after which in 2022, he was given a year of house arrest and $500,000 in fine. And you know by now who paid this fine too, right? What also didn't help was that, to prove her point, Nicki went on and worked with Tekashi 69, who is also a convicted offender. Because of all these antics and Nicki not making enough music, her career started suffering. And that's when Nicki decided to put a pause on her career and become a full-time mom. Nicki also started going live on Instagram instead of doing concerts, which was a little odd for her fans. But eventually, everyone got used to Nicki ranting about her life on Instagram. In 2019, Nicki also tweeted that she's retiring from music and wants to give more time to her family. But minutes later, she deleted that tweet, following it up by another one that said that she's not leaving music. Well, that was quite a U-turn. Now fans think that Nicki is done with music and doesn't want to be in the industry anymore. However, they accuse Petty of forcing her to work and get more money so he could continue living this luxury life. People also think that Nicki is being controlled and manipulated by Kenneth, and she's not making her own decisions. Insiders also think that Kenneth is giving some sort of substance to Nicki so he could keep her in the house, and she remains sedated so he can get his way. Some fans think that Nicki Minaj is equally to blame because of what else she expected when she was marrying a convicted felon. Others also think that Nicki deserves this because she's been so mean to the victims. But when it comes to Petty, he isn't receiving a lot of backlash. He actually is the one who's been controlling Nicki all along and even tied her down with marriage so she couldn't go anywhere. He's also been allegedly harassing the girl he raped in the 90s, and she claims that she had to move houses and couldn't even work anymore because the harassment got so bad. Nicki reportedly knew all about it and still did nothing to stop her husband. In fact, she was the victim, blaming all this while and justifying Kenneth. But it seems like she might have seen the real face of her beau because recently she said to her fans, "I don't want to be loved. I don't want to love anyone. All it's ever done is take away my powers. I'd rather not be with some person in my face all day just having a secret life and a sneaky life behind my back." This message suggests that Petty might be having a secret affair that he hid from Nicki, and the two are having a major falling out because of it. Do you think Nicki Minaj will actually close all doors for Petty this time? Tell us in the comments. Also, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel to get the latest celebrity news and gossip. We'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and thanks for watching.